I teach you how to make money with your art. I'm Amy from Amy Parker Art and founder of Creative Warriors. In this video, I am going to talk to you about 4 tips on how you can create gorgeous fine arts pieces fast, quickly. I'm just going to do a couple techie things and then we will get started. I'm just going over to my Facebook business page, Amy Parker Art, and I am grabbing this actual video that's happening. I go to my community text app and put that in for everyone on my list so they don't miss a thing. If you want to be on my text list, you most certainly can. All you need to do is text me at 207-230-6018. Let's see. I got it right here if you want to screenshot it. You want to screenshot that, and you can actually text the word guide to that number if you want a amazing freebie from me, the art business guide, then you can get that. Okay, so back to the title of this is 4 tips on how to paint gorgeous fine art paintings fast, quickly, loosely, right? I'm not going to actually do the step by step, but I'm going to, fingers crossed, show you some examples here that I have pulled up in my own files on my computer. So I'll share screen in a moment because the pieces that I have to show you, the paintings that I've created, um, that I want to talk about to give you tips on tonight, they're already sold. So I have them on my computer, and I'm hoping that when I share screen in a few moments, you will be able to see. But I want to do a shout out first to everyone who is taking part right now in the free course that we have going on called Jumpstart Your Online Art Business free course. Yes, it is. It's already started, right? We started on Monday and we go until Sunday night. Sunday night's going to be amazing. Y'all, do not miss the wrap up that night. So I just wanted to let you know, yes, you still can jump in if you want to be a part of that. No problem. We have 72, I think, people so far inside of the course. You're all going strong, doing great. I am so proud of you and excited for all you are learning and doing. Hey, do me a favor. Do me a favor right now. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. And also let me know where you're watching from. I would love to know that. Just so I can make sure that my feed is working all right. 72. Yay. Linda Clark. She was my go-to girl, aka Creative Warrior as well, on wondering how many are we gonna get in there? Who's gonna come in and join us and have some fun? We're not creating art during this free course, but I am helping you out with your art businesses. So anyway, everyone's doing great, and we have teams. If you want to be a part of it, go ahead and just type in Jumpstart, and I'll come back after and give that to you. If you are actually on my Facebook business page, you can click on my cover photo, and the link is right there to join the group. The group is called just that, Jumpstart Your Online Art Business Free Course. So yeah, thanks for that, Linda. I think you were sending us good vibes, right? Hello, Lane. Thanks for being here. Hello, Gloria. And awesome, Lori. Thank you so much for letting me know that. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some tips on creating beautiful, gorgeous fine arts pieces, uh, quickly. So for those of you that are like, "Oh, geez, I'm getting stuck on that, it's taking me a really lot of time." That's fine if you wanna paint for hours on end, that's totally fine. I mean, a lot of us wanna do that, we wanna get into our work. But if you wanna figure out how to cut some corners and still create some pieces that you can quickly sell, that you don't have to spend a ton of time on, um, that's what I'm gonna talk about with hopefully being able to share my screen today so I can actually show you this. If not, we'll just talk about it, but fingers crossed that I can, show you the actual examples. But first off, I wanna talk about the teams we have going on inside of the free course right now because you're all, doing wonderful ranking. Um, just a moment, I'm just trying to pull up okay, there we go. I just wanted to kind of pull up my phone with us right now to make sure that when I share screen, I can kind of see what's going on to see if it's working. Um, so I'm gonna do a shout out to some people who are doing amazing on their teams. And if I don't call out your name, it doesn't mean that I didn't call out your name last night or the time before, right? Because if you're posting your homework in the Jumpstart course, and if you are asking a question with the hashtag #HeyCoach, then you're earning points for your team. So we have 3 teams. We have Team Titanium White, we have, Cadmium Red, and we have Cobalt Blue. So if you're not sure what team you're on and you're in the course, go ahead and check it out under the team post, okay? Um but so what I do is once or twice a day during the course, I'll go in and I'll start tallying up who's doing what and adding those points to your team. So the names I'll call out tonight are the ones that I did today. All right. And so at the end of the week, on Sunday night, when I do the wrap up for you, which you all should be there for, it's going to be awesome. That's when I'm going to be announcing who the winner is. Um, there's going to be one person from the winning team who scores the most points. I'm going to do the wheel spin, and that person who the dial lands on will get a 1 hour art business coaching call with me. We can do it on Zoom. I can record it for you. It's super valuable. I'll brainstorm with you and help you out in whatever areas you need within that hour. I charge $100 an hour for that, so I think it's a pretty good thing if that dial lands on your name. But yeah, we're doing it for I want to give something for a prize, but we're doing the teams to keep up morale, keep you motivated, and to help you kind of track your progress and make it fun, right? And so far, I'm seeing you all creating some amazing pins, descriptions, titles, all kinds of stuff that we are talking about this week in the course. Um, let's see here. Linda's saying I was just heading to my studio to do the lesson for today. So my homework will be coming too. That's awesome. For those of you, like I said, we're doing the teams for the week. But even if you get in the Jumpstart course and you're like, oh, I don't have time to keep up, that's totally fine. No pressure. Not like I'm like cracking the whip on your back. You can go ahead and check out the recordings on your own time and catch up for yourself and for your own progress. That's fine. But the teams that really are super fun and really help us to get going. I'm kind of wondering if Gail's gonna pop on and tell me, Amy, I was just trying to watch the training. She seems to do that like every day when I pop on. It's like I'm always picking that time. I don't know, telepathically. It's like I know she's working, so I'm gonna interrupt her and do my live. But anyway, here we go. Any guesses first? What team is winning? I know we did this last night, and Linda Clark guessed who was in the lead. So who do you think is in the lead tonight? Red, blue, white? Who do you think it is? Hello, Laura. Thank you for popping on and hanging out with us. I'm just going to announce. who is in the lead, tell you what the points are, and call out some names for you amazing stars who are, really doing great things for your team. I know there's a little delay, so I'll just wait, and then I will. Linda saying blue. Any other guesses? Any other guesses? And then we will get going on those tips for you to create gorgeous art paintings uh, quicker. I'm going to give you 4 tips on how to create them quicker. All right, so imaginary drum roll is going on right now. Do 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 do. Linda guessed right last night. Tonight you did not guess right, but that's okay. The team that is in the lead as of right now. Remember now, I check it once to twice a day. We could have had more come in, before I even started this live. And your team could be ahead. Don't hold me to this, but they'll all be tallied for sure by Sunday night. But anyway, with 280 points, the red team, Cadmium Red, is taking it away today. So congratulations if you are on team Cadmium Red. And then in second place, we have the Titanium White team. Titanium White with 210 points. Cobalt Blue, you're starting to pick it up. You've been trailing for a little while, but now you passed the 100 point, right? Now Cobalt Blue is at 120 points. So give yourselves a pat on the back. Amazing. Amazing. Yay, red, says Gloria. Woohoo. All right. So I just want to call out some names of some stars today, right? And you still could be. I could have missed it because I tallied these a while ago today. But all right, on the team that is in the lead, Cadmium Red, I want to give a shout out to, and these names that I'm saying are people who have done their homework, posted a Hey Coach question inside of the group. Okay, so we've got Linda Clark, Elisa LeBans, Juanita Barnett, Nemo Lane Art, Jamie Norvell, Gloria Wellington. So good job, Team Red. Now we'll move over to Team White, so I can call out some names on there, some star players we have. So on Titanium White, Karen Finnegan, Jane Osborne, Laura Corbello, Tracy Abby Lake, and actually, I think I already called Jane L, right? Did I? Jane Osborne. I hope I did. But anyway, I just did. So maybe I said your name twice. I'm not sure, Jane, but you definitely are a star player. All right, so let me see. I am going to I'm going to try here to share my screen and see if I can make this happen. All right. Let me see. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment. I don't know if you guys can hear Fluffy, but he is really like he is really meowing loud the bottom of the stairs. Can you all tell me if you can see that painting of the sunset over the lake? Just let me know if you can see that. Um, ba, 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 ba. I sure hope you can see that. Let me see if I can see your comments on my phone. I know we have like a little delay, so as soon as I can, just you guys give me thumbs up or let me know. Okay, Gloria is saying yes. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to talk about 4 tips here to paint gorgeous fine art fast. Now, those of you that know me and follow me or inside of Creative Warriors membership, you know, because I've talked about it numerous times that um, I paid my mortgage and bills consecutively with my art income alone for 3 years straight, um, painting uh, quick, fast, loosely typed paintings for the most part in acrylic. Most of my paintings are on 16 by 20 canvases, and I sold like fine arts, but on the lower end of fine arts. Most of my quick, fast paintings were under $100. Now, I I'm telling you part of the well, I'm telling you my story here because I want you to know that you know, there's different types of artists out here with different types of speed, and speed may not be something that they want to work on. They might really like doing the tighter types of painting, which is fine as well. And I love those too. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And running your art business, there's numerous different ways to do it, which we talk about inside of Creative Warriors on a regular basis. But I'm just giving you like my story, right? Because I have a lot of experience on painting quick and fast. Um, I do have a couple of photos in here as well towards the end uh, that are more of a tighter type of painting. But for the most part, my collector base was like home decor, well, still is a home decor type of collector base who love to hang, you know, beautiful pieces on their walls. Sometimes they like to match different seasons or home decor, things like that, right? So I'm used to painting this type and this style. So tip number one to paint, you know, gorgeous fine arts pieces fast is to cut down on your color palette. So now these pieces I'm all showing you, like I said, are sold. So I can't remember 100% unless I really sit here and examine it. Hello, Jane. Thanks for being here. Thank you for letting me know that you can see the art. Thank you. But to cut down on your color palette, right? So I can see blues. I'm sure I'm looking at this. I'm going to say I use black, white, uh, blue, red, yellow. It kind of looks like what's in here. You know, I mix oranges and things like that with that same color palette. So if we don't have too many color choices on our palette, that kind of helps our brain think, okay, it's easier for me to pick what I need and just get going. So to paint faster, that's one tip that I use for myself is to cut down on my color palette. Um, the number two tip for you all to speed up your painting time if you want to, and to be able to paint a little looser is to use a bigger brush, right? It might be like sort of a no-brainer, but I like to say that because sometimes when we sit down and we, you know, we look at all the paint. I mean, I have so many paintbrushes, right? Sometimes it's hard to make a decision. But if you use a bigger brush, especially to cover, you know, your initial areas, um, you'll move faster. You'll move faster that way. Now, in this painting in particular, I did not use a big brush like on the mountain silhouette. I used a smaller brush on that. I used a bristle brush, it's looking like. I'd probably use a smaller flat or angled brush to get the mid mountains in there. But for the most part, the whole sky underneath painting and the water part was done with a wide flat brush. Now, if I was going to do a more um, a tighter painting, um, you know, then I would use a smaller brush for, you know, the cloud area. But you can I didn't use the same wide flat brush, by the way, on the clouds. I picked a different brush. You can see up here, like in the corners on the very top of the painting, I used a bristle brush in here for some of the clouds. Down on the bottom underneath, like where the sun is setting, I used a smaller flat or angled brush, which is looking like this probably the same brush that I used for the mountain area. Okay, so um, hopefully that tip helps you out. And it's hard for me to see screen what you're saying right now, but I will go back when I'm done showing you my examples and just kind of talking through this concept and then see what you have to say. I'm all about answering your questions if you have any. Okay, so tip number 3 to paint gorgeous fine art quickly is skip the detail. Skip the detail. Okay, that's hard for us artists to do sometimes. But I did not put a ton of detail into this piece that you're looking at right now. And it still looks amazing. It still looks really, really good. In my opinion, anyway, I think it's an eye-catching piece. Um, tip number 4 to paint gorgeous, fine art paintings fast, quickly, loosely. Um, and this is actually a really fun tip right here because this one helps to even make it look more fine arts, right? It make it look more, um, I guess, like you put more work into it. Because tip number 4 is to embellish like one particular area, one particular piece within, like one particular subject within the painting. So on this one, for instance, um, all I did was down in the left-hand corner towards the bottom, not really the corner, sort of like mid, but that range where the land is coming out into the water. I used my detail brush and I just pulled up some little branches in there so that that has a bit of detail in it. Okay, that's the only thing in here that really has detail. Maybe, I could also go on to say that some of the lines within the water itself has a bit of detail, but mostly the focus would be on those little branches right down there. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So think about what I said, and I'm gonna show you the next couple of paintings. All right, because these 3 that I'm gonna show you have are all quick, fast paintings, all right? For me anyway, I've been painting a long time, but these are also inside of my membership for my members, with a gold, right design to them, and they did not take that long to paint, right? So they can even go back and look, call me out on that, see how long the video took. All right, so just to recap, and then I'm gonna turn the slide here. Number 1 tip is to cut down your color palette. Number 2, use a bigger brush. Number 3, skip the fine detail. Number 4, embellish one particular part on the painting. All right. So this one, by the way, this one is titled Vast Sky. This one took me 34 minutes to paint. It is a gold design inside of Creative Warriors membership, and I sold this one for $60. Okay, so this one is another example of a quick fast painting, and I would say the embellishments on this piece are the trees, the leaves, I should say, the leaves inside of the trees. Um, looking at those 3 puffy, trees right there, every single stroke is not embellished, but I spent more time on putting in some brush strokes within the trees there using a round brush. So This painting I sold for $80 and it took me 21 minutes to paint. And as you can see, I used a minimal color palette. And I've got brown, I use black, blue, and white. This one right here is Early Bird, I call it. All of these have been sold, by the way. And these are all examples of tutorials that I do have inside of Creative Warriors membership. Even though my membership for them is all about, the main focus is teaching them how to market their paintings online organically. But I do give tutorials in there with gold rights designs as well for the marketing pack for all of these gold rights paintings. So, if you're the type of painter that's like, no, I just want to paint my own designs, that's totally fine. I'm just doing this to kind of help you so that you can make some money, faster and grab the marketing packs and just not have to think about it. So this one is titled Early Bird. It took me 23 minutes to paint. I sold this one on auction for $75. It is very minimal color palette, is black and white. And the embellishments here would be the bird, really, I would say. I might have a little bit of embellishment within the sun, because it looks to me like I maybe used, either a palette knife or just put it on thick in that area. But the bird, really stands out. I used a detailed brush and took time on that. But once again, this was early bird, took me 23 minutes to paint. I sold it for $75 on auction. Now, um, here is an example of not a quick, fast paint. Here's an example of my piece called Seaside Shelf. This was from Paint Away the Winter Blues that we did last year as a challenge, painting challenge. I split this tutorial up into 3 segments, and I think I wrote the time down because I had to go back and look and add it up. So with those 3 segments, let's see here, do almost an hour and a half. But it took me, to be exact, this painting took me 60 minutes and 27 seconds. Like I said, I split it up into 3 segments because I was actually teaching this, and I could have gone faster, but I was talking through the actual teaching of this piece, and I was spending time to go through and put in all these different values, tones, hues, different things like that, make this vase look, like glass and have transparency in it and, some special effects and some extra detail here on the bowl and things like that. So that's why it took me longer. This one, the 3 prior that you saw were on a 16 by 20 canvas. This one in particular was on an 8 by 10. I sold this one a couple of months ago. I don't know, I'd have to go back and look at my books, but I know it sold. It sold for $210, and, I'm not gonna just give it away for 60 bucks because it took me longer to paint this piece, and I put more time and detail into the piece. But so this is an example of, you know, something that, that I spent more time on. There's also one that I've sold pretty recently, and this one I also spent more time on. This one I can't remember 100%, but I am guessing that this one titled Fall Lake took me a couple of hours to paint this piece. And I didn't really use many brushes in this piece. I used the round brush for pretty much most of the leaf work in here that you see. And I used a flat brush for the sky and the lake. And then, I do have like a detail brush here on a couple of spots. But so this one is, like I said, an example of a more detailed piece. This one I sold to one of my friends and art collectors for $200. Um, so, whoops. Oh, let me get back here. Let me get back here. Hopefully you could see that. Hopefully you could see that screen share okay. My fingers crossed. I mean, I was trying to watch on my phone. The thing with StreamYard is like when I open it up to show you my slides, I can see my slides, but I can't see like what you're saying. So let me go back up and see if you had any questions while I was going through that spiel to give you tips on faster painting, and then I gave you the couple examples of like paintings that took me more time, which I charged more money for when I sold them. Um, Laura, Laura's saying you're a speed painter. Um, Gloria is asking if I used a reference photo. Let me think here on, I believe I did on all, the first one that I showed you, the Vast Sky one, I just created that from my brain. So no, I did not. What was the second one that I showed you? Oh, you guys help me out. What was the second one? I know the third one was Early Bird. I didn't know that we were going to be playing a mental memory game here. Early Bird. I did have a photo of Early Bird because that one I took at the ocean with my husband. Let me see. Oh, okay. It was the image, the Out of the Blue, the one with the three puffy trees. I did not have an reference photo. I painted that from my own brain. Um, I think the other ones I did have reference photos. The Seaside Shelf, yes, I had a reference photo for that. I took that photo when I was in Melbourne, Florida last year with my accountability group. And the Fall Lake, yes, I did have a reference photo for that one. So, a couple of them I used just my own mind and just kind of came up with something on the fly, and, some I did have a photo. Um, oh, Linda, and I went back to look, but Linda has got a good memory. She knew what it was. Oh my goodness. Listen, you don't have to paint as fast as maybe you paint faster than me. Maybe you take a lot longer than me. It doesn't matter. You are your own artist. You are your own individual person. Um, this is how I've found success online for my own art business, and how I teach what I know. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't sell paintings for hundreds of dollars, right? That's up to you. My collector base, like I said, when I was really, really into it and I was painting a lot for 3 years straight, I was painting 1 to 4 paintings a day. And my painting time would typically be, well, anywhere between 20 minutes to an hour for painting. On average, it was like 30 minutes a painting. Um, and the first 3 images that I showed you were like quick, fast paintings, that kind of type of stuff that I would create. And I still do. Not as much because now I'm our business coaching. Um, but I do make more premium pieces as well. And I like to do abstracts as well. So I have a customer base for those types also. So it really depends on what floats your boat, what you want to focus on, um, you know, things like that. And of course, we can always brainstorm uh, together. if you get a coaching call with me or if you jump into Creative Warriors membership, we're always brainstorming in there, that kind of stuff. But I really hope that these tips have helped you for painting faster if you want to speed up your time. My auntie Linda's like, "Oh, I never wanna do that," and I love it when she said that. She's like, "I just wanna enjoy my time painting," which is totally fine, and that's how she enjoys her time painting. She's an amazing artist, by the way. Um, the painting of the blue trees that I showed you, I really enjoyed painting that, and what did I say? It took me, like, 21 minutes or something like that. I really, really enjoyed painting that. It was one I created from my own imagination, and I was very in my zone, in that flow, in that meditative state when I started creating. So it went by like, I had no concept of time because I'm using my right brain mode when I'm painting. So I was just painting and having fun, having a good old time, and it only took 21 minutes. Um, but I know what my aunt is saying as well, and I feel like correct me if I'm wrong, Auntie Linda, if you watch this, video, but I feel like what Linda was trying to say, um how I'm understanding that comment would be like, I want to not feel under pressure to paint fast, and that is fine too, but I just told you, it took me let me look again because what did I say for my time? I know I marked them down. Let me just look at my blue 21 minutes. So my blue trees, like I just said, took 21 minutes. Now, I did not feel under pressure because I just told you I was in my flow, my meditative state of creating, and I was really on my my high. You know how we get, right, as artists when we are in that zone. It's a beautiful, wonderful feeling that has so many benefits. Um, so, yeah, of course, I don't want you to feel under pressure. We shouldn't feel under pressure, even if you're taking commissions. Of course, I have all kinds of tips on that, how to not feel like you're under pressure because we can't really create beautiful pieces um, under pressure. It's just, I mean, maybe we could, but it would take a really long time and it wouldn't be, our total heart and soul. It would be like, ooh, this is frustrating. I don't want that for you. In the flow, yes, Robin says, exactly, in the flow. So, anybody have any takeaways from this live here tonight? Anybody get any aha moments from what I was talking about or showing you with the 4 tips to paint, gorgeous fine arts pieces fast? Anyone? Anyone? If you do, I would love to know. I would love to know what is helpful to you. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask. Um, and I'll wait just a few moments to see what you have to say. Just a quick recap again, if you're just joining me. I did the shout out for what teams, who is in the lead, which is red, who is right behind them, which is white, and who is trailing, but they're catching up, is Team Blue. That is from the Jumpstart course. Um, let's see. Linda says, I have my painting mascot in my studio. It's a turtle. LOL. I'm lying. Linda, did you tell me that before? I didn't even know that. That's awesome. I love that. My brother used to have a turtle, actually more than one, when we were kids, and they're so cool to watch and look at. Yeah, very neat. No, I wouldn't think you're lying. That's great and nice and relaxing to watch a turtle, right? And fish, when the kids were little, we used to have fish tanks, in their bedrooms, and they were really fun and relaxing to watch too, so, yeah. Good. That's a great thing to bring up, Linda. And you all know I have my kitties that are in and out of the studio as well. Um, all right, so I'm not seeing anything run in the feed here or questions, but I really do thank you for hanging out. Congratulations for all you're doing with your businesses and for taking part in the Jumpstart Your Art Business free course that is going on. Congratulations again to Team Red, who is in the lead right now. Could change. We don't know. We will find out. And I will see you soon. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night.